Okay, so last time y'all were sailing into a big rain cloud to fill up your barrel that you have found adrift, and so you have about 2 more days. You would think before you reach this island.
Cool.
I mean, we need water. I would say that the storm is probably something we want to head into, unfortunately.
I mean, we summoned the storm.
Oh, yes, we did, so we want to head into it.
Okay. The wind is starting to die down a little bit, so you're just kind of floating on momentum from when the wind was at high speeds.
Cool.
You pass underneath the storm. What's weird about it is there's no lightning. It's just thick droplets of rain just downpouring for about maybe an hour. And then it sort of dissipates.
Yay!
And you have half a barrel of water, we'll say.
Praise Aphara. We seem to have our water, so hopefully we'll make it the rest of the way. Onward, I guess, then.
You notice that there's no more wind.
Hey, Din, any chance that Aphara could give us some wind?
I think her power is kind of limited to, near civilizations. I think we're so far out here that I'm not sure there's much more she could do.
Any of you magic users have any wind powers?
No. Say if this is a longboat, is there oars?
Yeah, there are oars kind of back towards the small captain's quarters. Not bolted in place, but there's kind of these U-shaped metal things that they kind of rest in.
Say, all right. Well, I guess it's time to start rowing. How many oars are there?
Looks to be about 20.
All right, everyone choose an oar and get on either side of the boat. Make sure we have even people on both sides. I'm going to pick up an oar, and I am going to start rowing to give a good example.
I'm going to move back to the rudder and do that.
I'll get on the opposite side of Wyatt.
So you start heading in a general west direction. A heavy fog starts to come across the water. What you could guess is from that wreckage that you saw before, you see larger chunks of a ship, and then you start to see the water kind of cresting a little bit. So make me a perception check.
8.
7.
12.
Wyatt and Arrow notice that there's some shallow water you're approaching, and there are some big rocks underneath the water that are sitting just below the surface.
Are we heading towards them?
Yes.
Say, all right, guys, I see some rock that we are headed straight towards. So, let's turn the boat to the right. All right, Abby, this is your time to shine. Make sure you steer the boat away from the rock. They're straight ahead.
Okay.
So I'm going to continue rowing then, and I'm not going to instruct people to stop rowing. We're just going to keep rowing.
Yeah, so you managed to swerve at least to the side of the rocks, and then it's starting to get dark.
Probably switch off ships for rowing.
Yeah, so it starts to break light. The fog seems to start to dissipate with the heat of the sun, and you can see kind of far off some sort of island.
Looking at the map, would I assume that this is the island we're looking for?
You're not sure. You see it's just some sort of landmass out pretty far. You'd probably guess it would take a few hours to get closer to it.
All right, team. This may be what we're looking for, so I think we should check out that island over there. Anybody disagree?
I'm down to check the island out.
You're in charge.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Abby, steer us towards that island.
Easy enough. Just a straight line.
Yeah, you're doing great.
You approach this landmass. You come up onto the southeast side of, it looks like there's a whole bunch of different landmasses there, and you'd guess that you are on the southeast side of the La Rusta Isles.
We did it.
Yay! We didn't die! We're all sailors. I'm very proud of all of us.
We still gotta go back, though.
True, but the ride back's gonna seem a far less daunting because it's not our first time sailing, I guess. Alright, let's take it slow, rowers. We're gonna beach this whale.
You bring this thing in close. There's a little tiny bit of land sticking out. It's kind of like a sandbar, but it's a circular shape. Other than that, the closest edges to you are rocky cliffs.
Does anybody know where would make the most sense to dock? Do you know where we could find a sandy beach or somewhere softer to dock?
Oh.
Judging by the way the wind and the water seem to be going, probably going from or northwest to southeast, so probably on the northwest side there'll be a more natural erosion than way out here.
Say, all right, let's head there then.
Since we're calling these aisles of fish, are we on that, like, the tail part or the body part?
Right now you are on the tail part. So what path are you taking to get there?
I would just continue west along the shore. How wide is that strait between the tail and the...
It's about 50 feet in between each of these sort of sections.
What do you think would be best, continuing west and coming around from the south, or trying to head more north and getting up from the top?
I'm gonna leave that decision up to you. You've definitely shown yourself to be responsible enough. I trust your judgment.
Okay. I should probably take it pretty slow, but I would try to go between the two land masses, because probably anything on the north would be better than anything on the south. We might find something sooner than like the far northwest tip of all this land.
All right, let's do it.
You start heading through there. Make me a perception check, everyone.
17?
21.
Whatever 18 plus 7 is, very high.
25.
1.
So you're like looking over the edge and you get some like water sprays up in your eyes and you're like, ah shit, Din is he's taking a nap in the captain's quarters. Wyatt, you notice Wyatt and Abby, you notice as you're passing shallower channel, something is like glowing beneath the water. And Wyatt, you see what looks like some sort of glyphs lighting up under the water, and then it looks like they attach themselves to the bottom of your ship. So you see two of the Y-looking one at the front of the ship, and then towards the back of the ship there's two of the W-looking one.
I saw some glyphs attached to our boat, and I'll probably draw them out somehow, and I'll say, does anybody know what these represent? And I'll show the whole crew.
Can I do an Arcana check on them?
Sure.
15.
Yeah, you know that these are some sort of magical glyphs.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Does anybody know what kind of magical glyphs these are? I guess maybe there's always a chance that I get a really high roll, so I'll also do an Arcana check. It's 14, so I'd know the same thing. Abby, what do you think we should do? Should we just keep going and see kind of what happens, or what do you think?
I would probably keep going, but stay on our toes, because I'm not really sure what exactly it is. It's definitely some sort of magical glyph, but it could be somebody's tracking us, or it's gonna like soul lead through the ship and we sink because it's trying to keep us away from something. I don't really know.
All right.
I would definitely be prepared for anything.
I think that's a good plan.
Don't get too comfy.
So I guess we'll just keep going.
All right, and you're heading towards the you said the northwest corner.
Yeah.
Are you passing through the that top part, or are you going around?
Then yeah, I would probably try to make a beeline then, because I don't know what these glyphs are, and the sooner we're off the boat, it might be better.
Okay, so you head through that at the top. Well, you see something under the water light up again.
Investigation.
I got a 6.
Got a 7.
19.
I got a 16.
Wyatt and Shizeno, you see the same thing happen again, but they are 4 symbols. You see 2 of the W's, and then you see 2 of the, looks like almost like an L with like a circle at the bottom. And it looks like the other glyphs that were on the ship, they disappeared, and now these ones are on the ship.
Interesting. I would relay all of that information to my team.
What does it mean?
I don't know. Nothing bad's happened yet, though, so maybe we're in the clear. Maybe they're friendly.
Could
One
we?
can only hope.
I was gonna say, once we're basically at the north side, just continue around, come over the top.
Yeah, right in that area you actually start to see like a pretty wide, it looks like a beach that's like kind of mostly sand, and it's separated from there's like a current that kind of runs through with like a large chunk of rock kind of sticking up in the center there.
I guess I'd see the sandy area, and I'd say, look at that. Abby was right. Do you think that's a good place to dock the boat, Abby?
Yeah, I would stay on the outside. I wouldn't go into that like inside water with the big rock, because I don't know if this is high tide or low tide or whatever. I don't want to get stuck completely on land in the middle there.
I agree. All right, let's do that then.
Be able to run the ship aground pretty easily. There's no hard scraping or anything like that. So you're in the sand now.
We're on the shore. I'd probably hop out and I'd look at the land and I'd kick around and I'd say, all right, we made it, friends. How is everyone feeling?
Feeling good.
Good.
Well enough.
So we were coming here. Let me refresh my memory what our mission was, because that was a trip.
Gotta find a portal
Yes, we were looking for a portal.
or some kind of something related to that.
We need a portal to somewhere called Antholon or Kosos. There was an anchor that was thrown through the portal onto this island or around this island, made of the same material as the ship. And if we find that material, we may be able to find a way the other side of the portal and the entire ship. So it looks like probably our next biggest goal is to find that Electrum anchor. Does anybody have an idea how we can find that? Start looking around?
Din will wake up and say, oh, I thought we were going through the portal first.
Well, in order to activate the portal and find the place that's on the other side of the portal, I think we need some sort of material from wherever that portal leads to, if I understood correctly.
Din says, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention.
All right. Well, I'd say it wouldn't hurt. I'll start looking around and trying to find the anchor, I guess. How would y'all feel about splitting up into teams and looking for the anchor?
Sure.
Good boss.
All right.
Din says, yeah, I'll keep a lookout here.
All right. So there's a good chance that the anchor might be in the water, and I think Shizeno probably makes the most sense to look in the water. Does anybody want to help Shizeno look in the water?
I can't breathe in the water.
Me neither.
I look smug because Wyatt's talking me up.
You know what? I'm not too great in the water, but I'll help Shizeno. And then Abby and Arrow, you two go check on land. And then you also check on land. Unfortunately, we have an uneven amount of people.
He says, all right, yeah, so I'll dig in the sand here.
Susanna, does your bird have a name that we know?
It's Kadama.
Yeah, and Kadama can search by air.
So I guess I can tell it to fly around and look.
Let's split up.
Oh,
You know, there's two teams, right?
Yeah.
The bird can send me a telepathic vision of whatever it sees. So if I had it follow the other team, they could just signal the bird, so we'd be aware. Although then we wouldn't really be able to signal them. But
I mean, the bird could go peck at them or something.
that's true.
All right, we'll rely on Shizeno's bird to keep us together if anybody
Kadama.
finds anything. K-Dama. All right, I'll just say then, wave down the bird if you find anything. All right, team.
Okay.
Start following Shizeno wherever she goes.
We're right next to the water, right?
Yeah, we are. We just got off the boat.
And we have no real hints.
No, I mean, I don't have anything else.
Jump in the water.
where are you jumping in the water?
Just wherever's nearby.
You're in the ocean.
I'm just gonna look at Wyatt confused.
I'm gonna say, did you find anything down there? Did you see any anchors?
I'll go under the water and look.
You see the shore of where the sand is like there's like a slow kind of descent out into the ocean.
And that heads out towards that the big stone, basically, right?
So you're heading inwards.
I assume.
Oh,
Right.
well, that's why I asked where you were jumping.
Hang on. So
Say the boat is on the far northwest edge. I didn't want to go into the lake where the eye, if we're calling it that, is, because I
I
didn't
thought we
know.
were happy eye.
No, because
Um,
I don't know how the tides are, and I don't want to get completely landlocked if this is high tide and then low tide comes around and we're just stuck.
Yeah, it seems fairly like low. Like there's not like high rises of sand. So this is kind of goes up maybe 5 to 10 feet above sea level, and then it slopes back down towards the eye. So it's kind of like this like big sand bump.
I'll head towards the eye then.
Underneath the water, you actually see a light, a faint glowing coming from basically the part of the ground that is underneath the water on both sides, lining this current. And you see two of those circle symbols, as well as two of the circle symbols with the lines coming off of them on both sides. So there's 4 symbols on each side, two pairs of each.
And these are like the symbols that were getting attached to our boat before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go touch one.
Cool.
I want to see if it attaches to me.
Nothing happens.
Maybe there's anything else I can do to examine it any further.
Yeah, you can get. Arcana check if you want.
8.
Nope, nothing you can get from that.
Seems like a random design. Is Wyatt following me at all?
I'd probably be searching in the water where I can stand and just be sticking my head under the water and looking around. Perceiving.
Well, are you in the same area on the beach area?
Yeah, I'd be on the beach area.
So
I wouldn't go too far away from Shizeno.
Yeah, I mean, if you're sticking your head under the water, your eyes sting for a bit, but you can see these.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
At least on this side where you are. So
interesting. Can I tell what they're made of?
Magical energy. It almost looks like they're made of light, sort of like faint.
I mean, I still don't know what they are, so I can't really do anything. Yeah, those are pretty weird, aren't they, Shizeno?
It just looks like a design on the rocks or the sand.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't die when you touched it. At least that's good, right?
Why would I die?
I don't know. Sometimes there are curses or bad things that you touch and it hurts you.
I keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's something to watch out for. Don't just go around touching things unless you're sure that they aren't going to hurt you, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't think it was going to hurt. I just figured it would attach to me like it did to the boat.
Yeah. It attaches specifically to maybe inanimate objects. Maybe they're like a magic barnacle, like Abby said. I think that's probably what they are. Magic barnacle. So we're closer to the rock in the middle of the circular pond thing, right?
Yeah, I mean you're on the inside edge there.
I was going to continue south towards the rocks. Now I guess we'll see what happens.
Actually, now that I think about it, I'm probably not very much help in the water, so I'm gonna follow you on land and see if anything is washed up on shore. All right?
Sure.
I'll only be a shout away. All right?
Yeah, whatever you want to do. You're the boss.
All right. So I'd probably swim to shore and start searching over there.
Shizeno, when you're swimming to the south, you see the glyphs kind of go through the water and kind of float towards you. But then it bounces off of you and goes back to the symbol, and the symbol kind of fades for a second and then goes back to its regular amount of light. And this happens with the first 2, because you said you're not swimming past the rock yet, right?
No, I was just swimming to the rock.
To the rock, okay. Yeah, why you don't see anything from the shore?
I guess I just keep searching, looking around, trying to find anything that might make.
Are you referencing the map at all when you're looking around, or?
I'm looking at the map. I mean, I would say you see the part that's kind of like the nose of the fish. I'd probably be staying in that area, so I'd probably be looking around where the rock is.
On the back of the map, you're holding it up to the sun, trying to figure out. And then you see text kind of shining through on the other side. So you flip it over, and in a small kind of writing, you kind of see that.
Oh, hey Shizeno.
Hey.
I'm gonna say there's something written on the back of the map. Check this out.
Go swim to shore, I guess. Try to take a look at it.
What do you think this means? Steers with rudder, then makes spray, and third it paddles, then sees away.
I mean, the rudder and paddles seem pretty clear. I'm not really sure what is spraying.
Yeah.
Something on a boat spray.
That's what I'm wondering. Maybe we should tell the rest of the group this might be a clue.
I guess we can go to them. I don't know where they are at this point. I guess I can see through the bird, but we'll have to go see them to actually talk to them.
All right. Lead the way then. You can see where they are.
Look through the bird's eyes. I don't think I actually talk about it. I think I can only see. So I'll have to figure out where it is from that. But I will do that.
So you're looking through its eyes to see where the other party members went?
Yeah. See if I can figure out where they went. It hasn't been super long, right? I should be able to get a gist.
Yeah, maybe 10, 15 minutes. Abby and Arrow, which part of these islands did you go to?
I would walk across the sandy bit at the thickest part, and while I did that, I would detect magic is up to 10 minutes within 30 feet around me. I would cast detect magic just to see if I can radar anything around us in the sand.
You sense a mixture of enchantment magic and abjuration magic coming from basically that current that kind of cuts through.
Gotcha.
Ooh, spicy.
So I'm guessing then you would probably meet up with Wyatt and Shizeno because they're kind of right in that same area.
Probably would just be following Abby and just looking around.
So you see Din near the ship just kind of look like he's digging in the sand. Then when he thinks nobody's paying attention, he just crawls back into the ship and lays down. Yeah, so y'all are on the shore there looking at the map.
So yeah, I would tell them that I didn't sense anything on this expanse of land, at least in the immediate area. The only magic I felt was right in the water here.
And I'm gonna say, well, Shizano found more of those magical barnacles. That's all we found. But take a look at this. And I pull out the map and I lay it on the ground. I'm like, looks like a normal map, right? But watch. And I flip it over and I'm like, look what I found! Say, does anybody know what this might mean? Does anybody know what a spray is?
The island is shaped like a whale. That'll point to the triangle at the top. It could be how a whale sprays. So if there's runes,
so smart. How the fuck do you
if there's runes at the back and runes in the middle there, I think we need to navigate around the whole island to open the portal. I think the whole island is like a teleportation circle. We have to collect all the runes on our boat.
Wow, that's incredible. That's a great idea. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
You see Shizeno kind of watching a fish swim through the water. So she seems like she wasn't paying attention.
Okay. Shizeno, did you hear what Abby said?
No.
Abby said. You know how the riddle says spray?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what sprays? A
Water.
whale. And guess what this island is shaped like?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Abby thinks that the entire island might be a teleportation circle, and you said that you think we might need to hit the barnacles at a certain time in a certain order.
Yeah, whatever rudder is first.
Rudder would be the outside ocean. Paddle would probably be the inner river bit there.
Third paddle. Well, I think it's the different islands off the main body.
Ah, look at that! It steers with rudder. So the other one looks like a ship steering wheel.
Well, the rudder would be the tail island, and the paddle would be the little fin, and the spray would be the.
Last time when we went from tail to spray, the first runes disappeared when we got to the second. So I think that might be paddle, or maybe we didn't do it fast enough.
Wait,
I also don't know what the runes around this rock in the middle here means. I don't know what part this could be.
I'm also thinking, I don't know if we have all of the symbols, and also we don't know exactly where the symbols are, all of them at least around the whole island. So maybe it might make sense to have Shizeno check the entire island and kind of draw us a map of where the specific symbols are, correct?
Sure.
So that we can maybe try and figure out what order we're supposed to hit them at. I wouldn't hand the map to you because obviously it
Water.
wouldn't want to get wet, but I'm gonna say make sure you memorize where the symbols are, and then you can draw them on this map so that we know where they are.
All right, so I guess I'll jump in the water and start swimming around the island. See you in an hour. And I'll have Kadama sit on Wyatt's shoulder or something. Maybe that's me. That way I can't bring him in the water. So when we first came in, we hit the W, the Y, and it was replaced by the I's and the W's.
You went from the southeast to the northwest in that direction, and the order it appeared on your boat was the two Y's, then the two W's. It didn't attach to your boat till you were in the middle, and then it went in order of YY WW for the first one.
Even though we went from southeast to northwest, it applied to us in the opposite order.
It basically went from the bow of the ship to the back.
Yeah, maybe we could try going through it the other way. We'd have to like hit it and then loop around to go to the spray.
Well, it seems like there's a symbol that looks like the steering wheel of a big ship. So maybe that's the first thing we have to get because it says
Ooh.
it steers.
Well, I'm pretty sure the last thing is then you see, and that's an eye. I'm pretty sure that section is the last step.
Why? So there's two symbols. There's a symbol that's a circle with the dot in the middle, and then there's one that looks like it almost looks like a sun or something.
I think we need to connect like symbols. I think we have to start at the top of the tail, go from north to south, go all the way around, and then at the very top of the spray, connect the W's, get the eyes, come back under, go through the fin, get the other eyes, get the double dots, go up to the top of the head, down throughout the mouth, and the portal should be right in front of our face.
I think that's right.
So what do we connect first?
We start with the Y's. There's nothing there, and if you start at the rudder, it'd be there, and then you end at the eyes. So we would end coming out in that pillar, rivery bit, and the circles with the lines are the only thing that don't have another match.
All right. That seems very complicated.
Well, I'm steering anyways.
All right, I believe in you, Abby. You have brought us through some tough times already, so I think we can do it. But it's definitely going to be a challenge, but I believe in us.
So I am very weak and not a great paddler, so figuring this brain stuff out is much more my strong suit.
Good. All right. I'm very happy that we balance each other out so well. All right, everybody aboard, I guess. We're gonna try and do this.
So Din sees everybody like coming over to the ship, so he like pops out for a second and is like, oh, you guys are back. And then he's like, I didn't find anything.
It's okay, I think we figured it out.
Oh, cool. So sorry, I'm gonna take a nap now then. And he goes back inside and lays down.
All right, enjoy yourself, I guess.
Okay, so you're going through the tail and the main part of the island from northwest to southeast.
Yeah.
So you went through that canal, and first the W's went under the ship, and they bounced off of the other W's you had that were on your ship from before, and then the Y's bounce off of the like lines with the little circle on the bottom, and then so you could assume that they're like, it seems like they're canceling those out.
They're canceling each other out. So we'll just do a lap around the tail bit, so that we come over the Y's and W's with a clean ship.
Okay. So you are at the north part or the south part of the tail?
I was going to say, once they bounce off, we would be at the south. I would continue east, go north, go west, and then come back down and do it again.
Okay. Same thing happens this time, but there was no symbols on your ship, so nothing to cancel out, but they just kind of bounced off, kind of like what happened to Shizeno.
So that's bad. So we were trying the Y's first, correct?
Well, you were coming from the northwest direction. The first time you went through and they stuck was you coming from the southeast, and then the other ones canceled out the first ones, but stuck after canceling out the first ones when you went northwest between the spray and the head.
Do you think that the Y's are the paddles?
I don't think the symbols necessarily imply any of the words.
Really?
Because there's 5 different symbols and only potentially it seems like 4 things they would relate to. Circles with lines, I's, W's, Y's. There's rudder, spray, paddles, and then I guess see the way.
So, Chase, which ones did stick?
In order, the 2 Y's and the 2 W's when you first went through from southeast to northwest. Yeah. Then you went through this northern section where it looks like either a spray or a fin, and the head that you guys were calling it, in order. It canceled out the 2 Y's and then the 2 W's, and then it applied the 2 W's and then the 2 lines with the circles. When you were passing through originally, they didn't attach themselves to the ship until you were like halfway past the first symbols that you were passing over. So it seemed like you had to be in the middle for the symbols to apply themselves. It wasn't necessarily in the order that you entered, but the direction that your ship was facing. So if you were facing the northwest, the tip, the front, the bow of the ship. The two Ys applied first in order, so it's like the very front of the ship, and then slightly further towards the middle were the two Ys, and then towards the middle back of the ship was the W, and then the other W was the very back of the ship. So it applied it in that order. And then when you were facing or going west through the top part, the W to the very front of the bow of the ship, then slightly further in the other W, then further back past the middle was one of the line things with the circle, and then the very back was another line with the circle, and those canceled out the first ones that went through, but the second set of symbols stuck to the ship.
I would say go past the back fin, northwest, then the spray, west to east, and then see what happens from there.
West to east.
Yeah, I basically what I was saying, but I would say stop there for once we do it, just to see what happens before we continue.
So we'd start at the tail and go through the full path.
Okay. So you go through the tail to the northwest, and the two Ys affix themselves to your ship, as well as the two Ws. Then you loop around the island to the top, and as you're passing through, the two lines with the circles on the bottom come up and basically cancel out the two Ys that were on the front of the ship, and the two Ws cancel out the other two Ws.
And do not apply?
Correct, yeah.
So now we have two eyes on the front of the ship and nothing else?
No, you have nothing.
Nothing.
Oh.
They just cancel each other out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the similar symbols necessarily need to touch.
Mm-hmm.
But if we are saying that it's W's then Y's, but the Y's apply first, then I think we need to go into, so like W then Y, whatever the second one is. So let's say Y would have to be in the next section we go into.
But there are no more Ys. There's just one set.
Yes. So then it's the W's. So then it's I's and W's. So you go with the W's. Then you go, whatever is second in the symbols as we go into them has to be the same as one of the things we just came out of.
So what do we want on the bottom of our ship? And in what order?
What we did the first time was, I believe, correct, right? They were placed and stuck. So yeah, we just need to keep replacing them.
I mean, yeah, it might not even matter that they're going to cancel out.
Yeah, so either we need to keep replacing them or figure out an order in which all of them stick. So we know southeast to northwest is the correct way to get them to stick. East
Do you think
to
that's
west
true for all of them?
is the correct way to get them to stick, but they canceled out. So it could mean that what we're calling spray, if we're orienting north to the top of a whale, is second, then they might just need to keep replacing each other rather than all sticking.
We have to hit the tail.
Yep.
And then
The spray.
the spray, and then
The fin.
the fin, and
Yeah.
then Y.
So I think we need to go southeast to northwest, east to west, come around to the bottom, then go west east, come underneath that, back around to northwest, and then go in from the circles with the lines east to north.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking at the moment too.
All right,
Yeah.
then let's try it, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, start southeast to northwest.
So you circle back around to the southeast. We'll say you went through and canceled out the symbols. Mm-hmm. The two Ys stick to the front half of the ship. The two Ws stick. You go through from east to west. The two Ws cancel out the Ys, and the two lines with the circles on the bottoms cancel out the Ws, but those stick. You get to the bottom, and you go through.
West to east.
Yep, west to east. Once you're in the middle, the two lines with the circles cancel out the two Ws that were in the front of the ship, and then they stick there. And the two circles with dots in them cancel out the two lines with circles, and those stick to the second half of the ship. Then you circle around and go through between the sand and the rocky kind of edge there with a little circle rock in the middle. And the two circles with dots cancel out the two lines with the circles on the bottom. and the two circles with the lines going outwards cancel out the two dotted lines. And then when you come out the north, you see a giant, it looks like some sort of divot in the water, and it seems to be sucking in water. And it's kind of like spiraling down, sucking in stuff.
Which was not there before, I'm guessing.
No.
I'm gonna say, y'all think that's the portal?
I hope so.
I would assume.
Yeah, it looks scary.
I'm ready for a swim.
Alright, I mean, Zeno, you're gonna have to save us all if we all drown, just so you know.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Sure. You might want to take off, might need to be a little bit more agile if you're trying to save like 5 people, you know. You might want to take off your armor, I don't know.
I'll take it off in the water, I guess. If I take it off on here and we get washed up, I'm just gonna lose my armor.
Valid, alright. I mean, it does take you like 10 minutes to take off that armor, though, so like, we're gonna drown.
No, I'll take it off and put it in my bag. That way it won't get washed away. If you want to wait 10 minutes for me to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
You gotta time me for 5 minutes, or?
You take your time, we're not in a rush. We have big swirly, doom over there, so I mean, take all the time in the world. I might die if we, get sucked underwater.
Is this like Pirates of the Caribbean 3-sized whirlpool?
It's at least triple your ship's length in diameter.
Gotcha.
Alright, y'all. Should we head towards it?
Sure.
It makes sense. Wasn't there something about all this stuff that was about like stuff being sunken or drowned or whatever? So it makes sense that it's going underwater.
Alright, sails or anchors away!
So you start approaching, it starts pulling you in towards it, and your ship starts to like teeter over the side of this thing, and when you look down, it's sort of this giant spinning mass of like water is being like sucked up into somewhere.
Now hold on to a map.
And the ship starts drifting along this current and starts spinning around, but you don't fall off the edge. It seems like it's spinning fast enough where it's kind of like pulling you backwards towards the ship. The ship is now vertical and maybe at like a slight angle where you're like kind of swirling around this thing.
Exactly as planned.
Screaming.
And then you as you're spinning faster and faster, everything kind of goes black, and then you see the light again, but this time you're facing up at it, and your ship kind of launches into the air almost, but then flattens out on the water. The whirlpool is gone. Like a moment later, tons of water goes and just like soaks all of you, and you see in front of you what looks like the island that you just were near, but it looks like a mirrored image of it.
All right, looks like we made it. Everyone okay?
I think
I
so.
don't want to do that again.
I'm gonna start putting my armor back on.
I mean, it might be tough to get home if we don't do that again.
I mean, at least now we know how to do it, right?
Maybe
We
everything here.
just do it mirrored, maybe.
Yeah, you can say everything here seems backwards, so maybe
Wait.
this time we come out the butt instead of the top.
Ooh, that might be fun. What were we looking for here? A boat that has...
Jeff said that there was almost like a winch type of thing in the basement. That's what that table thing was. Or at least he thinks that's what it is.
Is that something that you lower an anchor with?
Well, yeah, both. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say gravity would typically pull it down to the bottom of whatever you're in or on.
Valid.
And then you would need to pull it back up with some force.
I thought the anchor got separated from its ships and thrown through the portal, so I figured it might be on the side of the portal we're on, because I didn't see a ship, that's for sure.
But it's for our ship, right?
Yes.
That's what we think. It's for the base that we work out of, which is on
Oh, okay, yeah.
the original side we were on.
Valid. But, so are we saying that the Minotaur used to drive the boat that our, hub is made of?
No, that somehow there was stories of other people being able to pass over to the whatever place this is. Right, this portal, or there's stories of other portals, throughout the world somewhere. And at some point, the anchor from the Harper ship had found its way over this other place and was affixed to the Minotaur's ship. And then the Minotaur was on their way back over through the portal and lost the ship that had the anchor on it.
In some crazy storm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, so now it seems like we're looking for the anchor. I think we should probably search, I guess, on land, and then not to put all the heavy work on you, Shazeno. I think it might make sense for you to search the water around the island for the anchor.
You could find like a shipwreck.
Alright.
Land the boat, ground the boat, yeah. In the same way we did initially start searching.
I'll give Kadama a wide again.
I'm gonna pat it on the head.
Good dice.
That's where the kill switch is.
Oh no! Zeno is searching the ocean.
They probably take longer to search the land than to circle around the island.
We'll say, as you're searching, whoever is on the center part, you see a larger ship coming closer, and it looks like it has a black flag on it with a white skull.
Pirate.
That's who has the anchor, isn't it?
I'd be searching on the island, so I would say, well, I see a ship. Does that look familiar to anyone?
No, but it doesn't look like good news.
Alright, then we should probably all get together and form a plan. If it's bad news, we'll definitely be stronger with higher numbers. I'm gonna wave in front of the bird, and I'm gonna...
So I didn't tell the bird to, like, tell me anything. Like, would it recognize that that's what it's trying to do?
I thought you were seeing through the bird.
Oh, that was the plan before, right?
Gave you the bird.
Well, I was just saying I wanted to drown. We didn't make any plans this time.
Strategy.
If you wanna roll an intelligence check for the bird.
For the bird?
Corvids are pretty smart. It has Raven stats.
Well, it's -4 to intelligence, so 6.
But are they wise?
Are they wise? +1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this thing doesn't know what's going on. It's just like following your hand.
Yeah, party!
I'd love to metagame and say I made that plan, but I definitely didn't.
We need to find Shazeno, and we need to get together and form a plan. Once she's done, she'll probably come back to the boat. That makes sense.
Black flag with a white skull on it typically means pirates, and they typically like to take stuff, so we just leave a ship.
That's valid. That's valid. All right. So let's all head back to the ship and see if Shazeno is able to find her way back to the ship, so that we can all get together. So I'll head back to the ship.
Same.
You head back to the ship, and this ship with the black flag on it following you along the. It seems like it doesn't want to run aground, so it seems like it's following you though.
I don't like that.
Maybe there's treasure buried here and they're worried about it.
Maybe. I mean, I don't want the treasure, so they can have it if they want.
An anchor made out of electrum's probably worth a lot of money.
You're probably correct. Now that I think about it, that might be the treasure. They might have it.
Could be. Yeah, this could be their turf. I don't know.
I guess we just wait then.
We don't even go here.
I know. We don't even go here. What if they're like alternate reality us?
What if they're the upside down pirates where they give us treasure?
Hopefully.
Yeah, you see them like lower down like a smaller ship, and it looks like there is 7 people on it, and they're sort of like rowing towards you. Shazeno, you get to the ship just as these 7 people are. Their smaller ship is kind of coming up onto the shore.
I get to the ship, or like I see them in the distance.
You get to the sand area.
So I might try to hide a bit and see what's going on. If I think people are like coming towards our ship, just so I can like get an idea of what they're doing.
Are you guys just waiting right next to the ship?
I'd probably wait on the ship.
Okay. Yeah, so it seems like they're coming towards the ship, but they're like coming up onto the shore next to the ship.
Yeah, okay, fine. I wouldn't leave them. I'd run up, try to figure out what's going on.
One of them has like a red and black bandana, and the rest of them are dressed in kind of like plain raggedy clothes. This person looks like maybe they might be like some sort of leader or something. They have like more shiny buttons and stuff like that. But they all are equipped with what looks like these like cutlasses on their hips. The one with the bandana says, "Oh yeah, you looking for help over there? You stranded?"
Me? No, I can swim.
What about the rest of you? What are you doing in this area? Well, they were in the water, so and then they came up right at the side of your boat.
Yeah, we're not really stranded. We can go if we need to.
But what are you up to? Were you the ones that caused that big I don't know, big splash of water.
Yeah, I guess so. We fell through a whirlpool.
Fell through a whirlpool. You folks feeling all right? You got enough water?
Yeah, we've been drinking the seawater, so.
Oh, well, that explains that.
Howdy there. My name's Wyatt. What's yours?
Marcus.
Marcus. Is this your island? You live here?
No, there's nothing on this island. We've scavenged this thing for, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, actually. We were just passing by the area, and then we saw that big plume of water come out of the,
Yeah, actually, maybe you can help us if you've been looking around this island. We are actually looking for an anchor of sorts. I guess a particularly valuable anchor made of
you say a particularly valuable anchor, and he goes and starts stroking his beard.
So, I mean, have you seen anything like an electrum anchor around here at all?
No, the only thing around here for miles is there was like a crash ship, maybe back the way that we came, but that thing's been picked clean.
Do you know if it's been, was it picked clean by you, or would it have been picked clean by others?
Oh, it was picked clean by us, but we didn't see any. You said electrum?
Electrum, yeah.
I don't know what that is. I mean, it has an anchor, but anchors aren't valuable.
Are these all human?
Yeah, sorry.
Are you acquainted with a minotaur that used to sail around these parts?
I mean, the minotaurs do most of the sailing these days. I mean, there's not many around here anymore. But why do you ask that?
So, one of these minotaur sailors is actually a friend of ours, and gave us a lead that a ship he used to sail got destroyed, and that anchor that we need was actually on his boat. Might have gotten separated from his boat, might have not. So we basically followed a bunch of leads in order to get to where we are now. Believe it or not, we actually went through that whirlpool, and on the other side of the whirlpool, would you believe it, is an island exactly like this one, except it's flipped on the vertical. Isn't that weird?
That is weird. It sounds like you're talking about something that happened like hundreds of years ago. Are you talking about Leon?
Was that his name?
I mean, he's a minotaur that he traveled through lots of different planes, bringing. I mean, he brought all the minotaurs together, but then after that, they the ones that were on that island, not here, but where he was from, they kind of scattered across the continents after that, kind of did their own thing. They weren't all stuck in that one spot after that.
Oh, you are right. Yeah, this is an old tale. Sorry. This is an old tale that was told to us by that friend of a friend. So most likely it did happen probably hundreds of years ago, and now we probably sound real dumb looking for an artifact from hundreds of years ago, but...
Yeah, I think you've maybe been drinking a little too much of that seawater.
That is a distinct possibility, for sure. Definitely.
I was going to say, Wyatt fought in the war with a minotaur named Leon.
Fought in the war.
Yeah.
Would I have known that?
No, because you didn't. I mean, you would have heard of him.
Wouldn't he have had a portrait up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
Iga and everybody?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was there. But I don't think you saw him personally.
So you said this happened hundreds of years ago. Do you know exactly where this site where his boat was sunk is? Is that around here at all?
Yeah, it's just right to the north, but like I said, that thing's picked clean. I don't know why you need a crappy anchor for.
You never know. Maybe there might be a clue. Do you have the anchor from the boat, or is it still attached to the boat?
No, why would we take an anchor? It's useless.
All right. I mean, maybe we'll take a look. Maybe Leon might have left some sort of indicator.
Sure. I mean, good luck. Let's and they went.
I was gonna say if it's so old, it might be more sentimental value at this point.
He looks back at his other people and says, let's get out of here. They'll let them fend for themselves. And then they go to start pushing the boat back in the water.
Wait, do you have any extra food before you go? You're not going to get resupply before a week-long trip back after this.
He says, now, if you got any gold on you, we might be talking something, but we're not ones to give things out for free.
Yeah, we definitely have gold. Did we all want to pitch some gold to,
Actually, we found a bunch of salted meat, didn't we?
We found a barrel of preserved meat.
Yeah. I forgot that we did that. So we're okay off food then.
Yeah.
for a week?
Alright.
What about water?
We have like a whole barrel of it.
You have
I
like,
mean, we have
like
a couple days worth of water.
yeah.
Well, a couple days.
We need 7 days.
Well, I mean, more with you.
Well, I can swim instead of drinking,
Oh, saltwater counts.
I guess.
Yeah.
The drink doesn't say otherwise.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna say, if y'all have some fresh water, we're actually in need of some of that. Maybe 5 days worth for a crew of 5. How much would you be charging for that? If you're willing to share.
How much did you say you had?
I'll tell you, my life savings is nothing to be proud of. I've been working at the same place for like 20 years, and I do not have anything to show for it. Honestly, most of my gold is what I made in the past month or so. So,
Yeah. How much?
I mean, I wouldn't say I have very much.
But how much would you say that you have?
I'd say maybe I have like.
We don't have any gold. He's lying. He was just trying to impress you guys.
Want to roll me a deception arrow?
I'm also going to try and intimidate them into giving us a fair price. So I'm going to say, now listen here, I am a well-respected gunslinger or crossbow slinger around here, and
16.
you better give us a fair price for this water, regardless of what my life savings are, or else. No. Why?
What'd you get?
A 9.
He says, yeah, keep pushing, boys. They don't have anything. Let's go. They get back in their little ship, start rowing away, and he says, yeah, good luck. Yeah.
Hey, in the future, if we meet up again, how much do you charge for your help with finding gold?
More than you got. As they start careening back.
Valid.
So they think that you're this poor people who they're not going to be able to trade anything, and they start rowing. They're pretty far away now. So
I tried to intimidate them, not even to giving us for the water for free, but for at a fair price, and they were still like, nah.
well, they believed Arrow that y'all didn't have any gold.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, and so your intimidation failed because they were like, well, we're not
Sorry,
gonna.
I didn't like where that was going.
Depending on how long you wait here, if you wait like a half hour, you see them get back onto their ship.
At least that was a friendly encounter. They seemed like very nice people. Maybe we'll cross paths again. But I think we should probably try and check out that shipwreck.
Say it's starting to get dark. We might want to camp for the night first.
True. Yeah. So let's turn in for the night, and tomorrow we'll try and find that shipwreck.
Is anybody doing anything during the night or before bed or anything? So yeah, you get a long rest and you wake up in the morning with some sand behind your ears.
Cute.
Great.
All right. Are we ready to? Did he told us where the shipwreck was? Right.
He said
Like straight
to the north. Yeah.
To the north. Okay. I'm gonna say, all right, team. Are we ready to start sailing north?
Yep.
Sure.
All right. Abby, you grab the rudder, and we'll start rowing.
Okay.
All right. So you travel for about an hour. You actually see it's like kind of like big jagged rocks sticking out of the water. And there's like there's some giant crabs on it, and they're like fighting like a seagull, and they seem like they're protecting like a little like a pile of rotten fish behind them. And then just as you like pass by that, you see the top of what looks like a mast sticking out of the water.
Say, all right. I think that's where we're looking to drop anchor. Am I right?
And slightly past the mast, you see what looks like maybe the bow of the ship coming up, rising up out of the water.
I'm gonna say, all right, Abby, try and get us as close as possible, and then
We could like tie a rope around the mast.
all right, that's a
Yep.
good idea. All right, so
Swim over and tie a rope.
my character takes out some rope that I'm guessing is probably supplied on the boat, correct?
Yeah, there's some rope, but you also
And
have rope.
Can I create a lasso?
Sure.
All right, so I do that, and as we get close to the mast, I'm gonna try and lasso the mast.
Okay. Everybody watching has like never seen a better lasso is why it's like swinging it overhead. It's like almost like 10 feet wide, and it just whoosh, and it lands directly around the mast sticking out.
Yay! My
Nice.
character doesn't say that, but I'm very proud of him. And I say, all right, easy enough. Now, let me just tie this to our mast. So I tie the other side to our mast so that we're anchored.
Okay.
All right, Shazeno. Sargento. I'm gonna. It's your time to shine again. You are the star of the show for this mission. So, I guess go take a look down there and see if you can find any electrum anchors or any clue to where the electrum anchor might be.
All right. Yeah, let's jump in the water and look for an anchor. On the
You're
ship.
doing great. I'm proud of you.
I hold in a massive amount of joy.
Yeah, when you go underwater, you see it looks like this big ship that has almost looks like it's been like cracked in half. Part of the mast sticks out of the ground. It's kind of like shallow here. It's maybe 20 feet to 30 feet deep, but you can kind of see like almost straight to the bottom. It looks like there's like a level inside the bow of the ship that is sticking out of the water. It looks like part of it is you can see like the two levels pretty distinctly, and then on the other half it looks like there's a big hole inside the back half of the ship.
I mean, do I know where an anchor would generally be on a ship?
Yeah, basically like where the hole is that you're looking down at, it would be like somewhere in that area.
All right. Well, I mean, I'll head in that direction, search around, see if I can figure out at least where the anchor would be attached to.
Are you're going like inside the hole?
Yeah, if that's where I need to go.
Well, you don't see it on the outside.
Then yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty dark in here. Do you have dark vision or?
I have spirit sight, which I can see in dim light as if it were bright light, and darkness as if it were dim light. I can see into the ethereal plane all within 30 feet of me, and I can discern color in darkness.
Yeah, so you see the top of an anchor sticking out of the sand.
Does it look like electrum, or does it look like a regular ass anchor?
Yes, so this looks electrum.
Sweet. Too bad I'm really weak. It's just half buried.
Yeah, it looks like the straight like T-shaped part is sticking out of the sand.
I mean, just I'm sure this won't work, but real quick, let me try to pull it up.
Yeah, nothing happens.
I figured. Shit. I'm gonna take my helmet off and try to use it as a shovel. Try to dig around it.
Okay. How long are you doing this for?
Well, let me just do it a couple times and see. Like, is it filling in with sand immediately?
Not immediately, but it seems like
this is not pointless endeavor.
It seems like it will take a long time.
All right. If I think it'll take a while, I'll go back up and let them know. I'll just say I found the anchor, but it's buried. I don't have any quick way of getting it out.
Seems like we need a shovel.
I'm going to put my helmet back in my bag while it's filled with sand, because I don't want to get that in my face.
So you have sand in your bag?
I mean, it's better than in my face. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
I'm gonna say, does anybody have a shovel?
No.
I mean, maybe more than one of us and just lodge it. I mean, maybe we can do it. Should we all try and head down, try and pull it up?
I mean, it is kind of deep. I don't know how long you can hold your breath. What is it, 20 feet you said?
20 to 30, yeah.
Is that too deep for us?
You can get there. I just don't know that you could keep your breath held the entire time.
Does anybody have any, like, magic that can let us breathe underwater?
No, that's beyond me.
When you went under there, Shizeno, you saw that there was like above, there was like a little pocket of air, but it was below the surface of the water.
Wait, real quick, was the anchor attached to the winch still?
No.
Oh, shit. Did I see the chain?
There's like one or two links on there, but no.
Oh, so maybe I could reattach it, but probably not. Yeah, but I'll let them know that the air pocket's there.
All right. I mean, it's worth a try, right? Worst case scenario, we die, right?
Seems to be the case usually.
You'd all know that you can hold your breath for 1 plus your constitution modifier number of minutes.
2 minutes for me.
I don't mind for 3 minutes. It doesn't benefit me, but I could.
So, I mean, it would take us less than 2 minutes to get to that air pocket, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say, is everybody confident that they can get to that water pocket before they run out of breath?
Din says, I'm not getting in that water.
We is a cat, to be fair.
He's a cat man.
What happens if you have a negative? Oh, then you can't hold your breath at all?
Minimum's actually 30 seconds.
No.
Yeah. Why, do you don't have a negative, do you?
No, I have a positive.
Okay. I was going to say that's not great to have negative constitution as a fighter. You all make it there, and you catch some breath in the air bubble. It's like 5 feet or so above the anchor.
Follow my lead when we get down to the anchor. When I count to 3, on 3, we will all pull up on the anchor. So make sure you have a good, strong grip on the anchor before we all heave-ho, all right?
Sure.
All right. So.
Hey, how are you talking under the water, though?
No, I'm talking in the air bubble.
Yeah, but how are you going to count to 3?
With my fingers. Watch my fingers.
Got it.
Come on. Follow Shizeno. Shizeno knows where the anchor is, even though it's only 5 feet.
Maybe I'll swim down.
All right, and I'll watch to make sure everybody has a tight grip before I start counting. And then I'm going to go, and we should all pull.
The anchor doesn't budge.
I'll do that.
All the bubbles come up. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to swim back. I'm going to point up to the air bubble.
Before I let go, I'm going to cast light on the anchor. So the anchor is shedding light.
Shizeno, make me a perception check. Make it at advantage because it's lit up.
8.
You notice that there's some sort of like marking on the side of the anchor.
While they're swimming up, I'll take a look.
Roll me
They won't notice anyway.
investigation at advantage.
15?
It looks like there's 2 indents on the shaft of this anchor. They look like duck feet have been like stepped into this. They're very, very small though. Not the same size as duck feet.
I don't know what that means. I'll swim up. I'll let them know that there's strange webbed feet looking marks on the anchor.
Did they look like any of the symbols from the island?
I don't think so.
Can I do like a history check just if I know what those symbols are?
Yeah, history check.
18.
You're not sure.
I'm gonna say, does anybody else know what like these symbols might be at all?
I can give it a try, right? 15.
They looks like footprints of a kappa.
Huh. Now that I think about it, the footsteps of a kappa.
Can I do a nature check to see what a kappa is?
Those are the fucking turtle things with the water in their head, yeah?
Yep.
That eat the entrails of children?
Yep.
Okay. I guess Shizeno would say that. Why not? If she's aware.
Can they be invisible? Is it standing on top? Is that why it's so heavy?
Too spooky. This is too spooky. I don't like that.
Shizeno, you know that you have like a couple of these. Well, I guess you left one at home, but you have a couple more of these little kappa miniatures, and you actually an electrum one with you.
I'll go back down and see if the electric one fits.
Yeah, it actually fits like almost exactly.
Does anything happen to it or no?
Nope.
I mean, does it stay in on its own? Or like if I let go, will it stay?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can lift it.
Nothing happens.
I'll come back up and let them know that kappa that I carry around seems to fit exactly. Which is odd, but it doesn't seem like it actually does anything.
Huh.
What are kappa?
I mean, I'll say what I was saying before.
I think most likely your kappa is the same sort of situation as Din's necklace. So I don't necessarily think that it'll be useful until we're able to replace it on the boat and activate it. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
We do need a way to still get that anchor out of here. Maybe nobody has like magic that can fix this.
Arrow, can your sword pull things with it when it flies around?
I don't know if I could pull something like that.
Can't you make your
I
sword
could
weigh
probably use it to like knock something off of a shelf or like drag something forward a little bit, but I don't know if I could use it to lift an anchor out of the seafloor.
I just didn't know if you could make it like weigh 2,000 pounds but going up instead of down.
I don't know that I could do that, which I'd certainly try, but I could also just throw my sword to the bottom of the ocean, never to be seen again.
Yeah, there's like a shelf that's like 30 feet under the surface.
I guess I could swim down there and like place it behind the thing and then try recalling it.
Would it fit into a chain loop?
Yeah, something like that. I'd find somewhere to wedge it, then I'd go back up and try recalling it. And I'd use my ability to choose what happens, and I just say it comes directly to me.
The anchor starts to lift out of the ground, but it kind of scrapes and drags across the ground. Once it gets close to you, it just kind of hovers a little bit in the air, and then the sword breaks one of the links and flies to your hand. Once the anchor moved, you just see like a giant clamshell underneath that's kind of open, and there's looks like there's a pearl in there.
Can I use mage hand to try to grab it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're able to grab that.
Can I inspect it?
Sure. Yeah, an Arcana check.
24.
Basically, like examining this, you would know that you would get the effects of a pearl of power.
So we have the anchor dislodged, and we know that Arrow's sword can dislodge it. I mean, I don't know very much about anchors, but is it normal for an anchor to be this heavy?
Yes.
This heavy?
It's a big boat.
And yeah, enough to keep a whole ship from moving against an ocean. Normally, at least the like merchant ships I've seen here and there, you have like a bunch of dudes around a whole wheel that all have to like wind it together to even lift it back up.
Yeah.
Actually a big operation to, like, that's why you always hear people yelling about raising the anchor, because it's probably a big step in leaving.
Yeah.
Well, did we get sent here with the intention of bringing this whole ass thing back with us, or just locating it?
I think.
Bringing it back, yeah.
So, I mean, we must be able to do it somehow. If our boss thinks we can do it.
I know.
Are you all talking about this on the boat or under the...
I think we're all, I mean, I would still be in the little bubble.
You see Din come up from under the water, and he's like, I was getting bored over there. What are you guys doing?
We're trying to lift this anchor, because we have to bring this anchor back with us, but none of us can lift it. Do you have any way to lift it?
No. He says, don't those things weigh like 10,000 pounds?
I mean, maybe. You have any idea how we can lift something that's 10,000 pounds?
I don't know. I saw a wizard do something like that one time, where they like lifted a whole big, huge rock, just like they were able to just like push it around.
Maybe we need to find a wizard.
Sounds like a levitation belt.
He says, is this one of the like things like the gem?
Yeah. Coincidentally, Shazano has something that fits right into an engraving, and it just like your necklace did.
Oh, well, last time when we had to activate that, didn't somebody like cast a spell or something?
Yeah, you have to put magic in it to turn it on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could try and do that. I don't know if activating it now would be particularly useful, but maybe it'll make it lighter. I don't know.
It might deactivate it. It might be turned on right now to be down to weigh
Yeah,
action.
potentially. Alright, let's try that. Let's see if that works. So, Shazano, you're gonna need to put your little trinket in that, in the anchor, and then I guess, Abby, do your magic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll swim down and put it back.
Yeah, I'll grab like either side of the T-bar that goes across, and then like put my mage hand way under the bottom to try to help me lift it. Try to put the magic into it to pull up.
As you cast the mage hand in the upward direction, you're basically like, just like with one hand holding up the anchor, as it seems like it weighs nothing.
Alright,
Nice.
well, solve that puzzle. Probably swim back up to the ship now.
So you'll get on the ship.
I'm guessing you two are putting the anchor on the boat, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I guess our deed is done. We gotta get back to the other island now. Unless anybody wants anything else in this shipwreck.
It's already been picked clean, supposedly.
Supposedly, but they missed a fucking a freaking electrum anchor.
Yeah, and they missed this pearl.
Yeah, it seems like not great pirates, honestly.
It says, didn't they say that they didn't know what Electrum was? Isn't that weird?
I just figured they were dumb.
I
Yeah.
think it sounded like we jumped in time or something, but first
And they do live in
kind
the
of like,
middle of the sea on a boat, so how much do they really know?
They did say that supposedly that guy Leon used to bounce around planes, so...
True. I mean, maybe we're in a world where Electrum doesn't exist. Or maybe we're in an opposite world where Electrum isn't valuable. Wait, what if we could have bought some like water with like some of our like rope or something? Maybe in this world.
Yeah, maybe they just wanted our teeth.
That makes sense.
Possibly. Anyway, I guess we should probably head back to the island, right?
probably.
Start doing the laps again.
Yeah. So we'll start heading towards the island.
Yeah, so you head back to the island.
And I'm guessing we'd probably do the pattern, but backwards.
Yeah, it's basically the same but flipped, as long as the symbols are matching. And the whirlpool opens up again,
And we sail right into it.
and you survive going through.
I'm gonna ask, is everyone ready to start heading back to the headquarters?
Shouldn't we get some water, find some water somewhere first?
I mean, once we get back to civilization, Din can summon another rain cloud, probably.
Din says that it seemed like a pharaoh was able to affect things maybe like 2 days away from the island.
Okay, so then that's easy enough. That's convenient. I say we set sail and hope that Din's god is in his god's good graces by the time we get back to civilization.
He says, I mean, I'm pretty confident that, she'll help me out, because she's, kind of the best god that's out there. Yeah, I think that she's gotten us through all of this, and it's gonna be great. It'll be fine.
I have no reason to doubt him. He's pulled through before, and Afera has helped us before, so.
I'm a little worried about this.
So we'll probably set sail going back home.
You get about 2 days out from this island, and sure enough, there's like it's almost like this like wall of like clouds kind of like waiting for you as you like pass under it, a whole bunch of water. It actually, because you're heading in, you actually managed to fill the barrel with water.
I'm gonna attune to my pearl all this downtime.
As you're attuning to your pearl, you actually realize that while you're attuning to it, the ship starts to like tilt a little bit where the anchor is.
Oh yeah, I'll go put some more magic into it.
And you'd think that you could also, somebody could attune to either the kappa or the anchor, be able to control it that way.
I'll tell Chizana, just because it's not my property to mess around with a little cap.
Yeah, I'll tune to the cover, not the anchor.
Yeah, so you, after kind of like studying the like interactions of these things and like knowing that what Abby was saying about casting magic through it and stuff, if you attune to your kappa while it's in the anchor, you basically gain the ability to either turn on or off it weighing something or nothing.
Okay.
I'm guessing you're just like navigating back the way that you came.
Yeah.
Another week goes by and you make it in towards Frostbite Port with the guidance of the wind.
Great. So I'm going to go say hi to LaRusta. So I'm going to approach the boathouse.
Oh, look at that! You made it back with my boat. He says, "What?" And he looks over at the boat and he's like, "How the hell are you carrying an anchor that big?"
Magic. And I wink.
And he says, "Yeah, could have used that back in the day." He said, I don't understand it. It's like I just trust my sword, but I can barely use that these days.
I know how you feel. Magic is definitely foreign to me too, but figured I'd let you know that your boat is here, safe and sound, and there wasn't any damage to it. So it definitely it was helpful, and we appreciate you letting us use it.
He says, "Now hold on." He says, I may be old, but I still got pretty good vision. You're gonna need to compensate me a little bit for those nets. They're looking a little chopped up there."
We give you half a barrel of salted meat.
We have a lot of salted meat. You want some of the salted meat?
He's, well, bring it over here. We'll see.
And I'll drag the meat over the barrel.
He tries it and he says, "Oh, this is the good stuff." He says, "You know what? Yeah, I'm a bit of a traitor myself. All is forgiven."
Well, thank you for helping us out. Maybe we'll see you in the future. Maybe not. I'll let Jeff know that you said hi.
Oh yeah. Oh, Jeff. Yeah. All right.
And then I'll probably start heading back to the good old HQ.
As you're walking away, the person who was like checking on the boat, he like calls him over. He's like, "Hey, check this out." And says, "We got blackfish over here." And then he's like, "Whoa!" And then he says, "We're gonna be rich."
What's blackfish?
You'd guess that it's like a rare type of fish that's like a delicacy.
So that's what the salted meat was?
Some sort of salted fish.
Apparently we were having some fine dining, the whole to and from, you know?
Nice fish jerky.
Am I aware that I ate fish now?
Now you're aware, yes.
I won't outwardly show how upset I am, but I am very upset.
Just weeks of fish. Nothing but.